In this podcast episode, Dr. Gabor Maté, a renowned physician and author known for his work on trauma, addiction, and the intersection of mental and physical health. Maté's latest book, The Myth of Normal: Trauma, Illness, and Healing in a Toxic Culture, serves as a focal point for their discussion. The conversation delves into the complexities of human experience, the impact of trauma on health, and the societal structures that contribute to individual suffering. Maté presents a sobering view of contemporary society, citing alarming statistics about mental health and addiction. He notes that a staggering 70% of American adults are on at least one medication, with many experiencing various mental health challenges such as anxiety, depression, and addiction. The conversation emphasizes the rising rates of childhood trauma and the increasing prevalence of disorders like ADHD and self-harm among young people. Maté argues that these statistics reflect a deeper societal malaise, suggesting that the culture itself is toxic and detrimental to mental well-being. Vaughan and Maté discuss the implications of these statistics, particularly the impact of unprocessed trauma on individuals and communities. They explore how societal pressures and expectations can exacerbate feelings of isolation and despair, leading to a cycle of suffering that is often overlooked. The conversation underscores the need for a collective reckoning with these issues, as well as a shift in how society approaches mental health and well-being. A significant portion of the discussion revolves around the definition and understanding of trauma. Maté explains that trauma is not merely the event itself, but the emotional wound that remains unhealed. He emphasizes that trauma can manifest in various ways, affecting both mental and physical health. The conversation highlights the importance of recognizing trauma as a widespread issue that transcends individual experiences, affecting entire communities and generations. Vaughan shares his own experiences with trauma, reflecting on how it has shaped his life and career. Maté responds by discussing the concept of emotional isolation, explaining how individuals who have experienced trauma often feel disconnected from themselves and others. This disconnection can lead to a range of coping mechanisms, including addiction and self-harm, as individuals seek to escape their emotional pain. The dialogue emphasizes the need for compassion and understanding in addressing trauma, both on an individual and societal level. Maté delves into the critical role of parenting and early childhood experiences in shaping an individual's emotional landscape. He argues that children require not only physical care, but also emotional support and validation. When parents are unable to provide this due to their own stress and trauma, children may internalize feelings of unworthiness and shame. This lack of emotional connection can have lasting effects, leading to difficulties in relationships and self-acceptance later in life. Vaughan reflects on his own upbringing, sharing how he often felt unseen and unheard as a child. Maté acknowledges the commonality of this experience, noting that many individuals turn to performance or external validation as a means of coping with their feelings of inadequacy. The conversation highlights the importance of fostering emotional intelligence in children, encouraging parents to create an environment where feelings are acknowledged and validated. The discussion shifts to the themes of isolation and loneliness, particularly in the context of modern society. Maté points out that loneliness is a significant risk factor for both mental and physical health, comparable to smoking in its detrimental effects. He emphasizes that emotional isolation can stem from unprocessed trauma, leading individuals to feel disconnected even in social settings. This sense of loneliness can perpetuate a cycle of suffering, making it difficult for individuals to seek help or connect with others. Vaughan and Maté explore the societal factors that contribute to loneliness, including the fast-paced nature of modern life and the prevalence of digital communication. They discuss how these factors can create barriers to genuine connection, leaving individuals feeling isolated and unsupported. The conversation underscores the need for community and connection as essential components of mental health and well-being. Maté provides a nuanced perspective on addiction, framing it as a response to emotional pain rather than a moral failing. He explains that addiction often arises from unprocessed trauma and a deep-seated need for connection and comfort. The conversation highlights the importance of understanding the underlying causes of addiction rather than simply labeling individuals as addicts. Maté emphasizes that addiction is a complex issue that requires compassion and a holistic approach to treatment. Vaughn shares his own experiences with addiction, reflecting on how it has shaped his life and relationships. Maté responds by discussing the role of societal expectations and pressures in perpetuating addictive behaviors. He argues that many individuals turn to substances or behaviors as a means of coping with their emotional pain, often without realizing the underlying trauma that drives their actions. The dialogue emphasizes the need for a compassionate understanding of addiction as a response to suffering. Throughout the conversation, Maté emphasizes the importance of community and connection in healing from trauma and addiction. He argues that individuals are not meant to navigate their struggles in isolation. Rather, they thrive in supportive environments where their feelings are acknowledged and validated. The discussion highlights the need for a cultural shift towards fostering connection and understanding, both within families and communities. Vaughn reflects on the power of shared experiences, noting how support groups and communal gatherings can provide a sense of belonging and understanding. Maté agrees, emphasizing that healing often occurs in the context of relationships and community. The conversation underscores the importance of creating spaces where individuals can share their stories and connect with others who have similar experiences. As the conversation progresses, Vaughn and Maté touch on the role of humor in healing and coping with life's challenges. Maté shares his belief that laughter can be a powerful tool for connection and resilience. He notes that humor allows individuals to navigate difficult emotions and experiences, providing a sense of relief and perspective. The discussion highlights the importance of finding joy and laughter, even in the midst of suffering. Vaughn shares his own experiences as a comedian, reflecting on how humor has helped him cope with his own struggles. Maté acknowledges the therapeutic value of comedy, noting that it can serve as a means of processing pain and connecting with others. The conversation emphasizes the importance of embracing humor as a vital aspect of the human experience. Maté discusses the intersection of science and spirituality, emphasizing that both realms can offer valuable insights into the human experience. He argues that understanding the mind-body connection is essential for addressing issues of trauma and addiction. The conversation highlights the need for a holistic approach that integrates scientific knowledge with spiritual understanding. Vaughn reflects on his own journey of self-discovery, noting how he has sought to understand the deeper aspects of his existence. Maté encourages listeners to explore their own spiritual beliefs and practices, emphasizing that these can provide a sense of meaning and connection in a chaotic world. The dialogue underscores the importance of nurturing both the scientific and spiritual dimensions of life. A key theme in the conversation is the need for compassionate inquiry when addressing issues of trauma and addiction. Maté emphasizes that understanding the root causes of suffering requires a willingness to explore one's own experiences and emotions. He encourages individuals to approach their struggles with curiosity and compassion rather than judgment or shame. Vaughn shares his own experiences with therapy and self-reflection, noting how these practices have helped him gain insight into his own behaviors and patterns. Maté agrees, highlighting the importance of creating a safe space for individuals to explore their feelings and experiences. The conversation emphasizes the need for a compassionate approach to healing, one that recognizes the complexity of the human experience. As the conversation draws to a close, Maté expresses hope for the future of healing and growth in society. He believes that as more individuals become aware of the impact of trauma and the importance of connection, there is potential for positive change. The discussion highlights the need for a collective effort to foster understanding and compassion, both within families and communities. Vaughn reflects on the importance of sharing these conversations and insights with others, recognizing that awareness is the first step towards healing. Maté encourages listeners to continue exploring these themes and to seek out opportunities for connection and growth.